But why think that if the universe has an explanation of its existence, that this explanation must be God? Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Tim Stratton for CrossExamined.org. As a theologian and apologist who often provides a cumulative case for the existence of God, I'm often asked to disclose my favorite argument in my repertoire. Out of the couple dozen arguments or so, consider one of my typical top 6 favorite arguments for the existence of God. This video will focus on the Leibnizian cosmological argument, also known as the argument from contingency. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz was a German philosopher, mathematician, and a metaphysician, and also an expert in logic who is recognized for his independent invention of the differential and integral calculus. He also crafted an argument for the existence of God that continues to be discussed today by leading philosophers in academia. Consider the deep thoughts of Leibniz one step at a time. Premise 1. Everything that exists has an explanation of its existence, either in the necessity of its own nature or in an external cause. 2. If the universe has an explanation of its existence, that explanation is God. 3. The universe exists. 4. Therefore, the explanation of the universe's existence is God. The fourth step of the argument is a deductive conclusion that follows logically if the 3 premises are true. Moreover, this also means that if the 3 premises are merely probably true, then one is completely rational in affirming the final conclusion. So the question is raised, are the premises true or probably true? Well, surely no reasonable person will deny the third premise. What about the first premise? Is it true or probably true? Well, we sure like to find explanations to all things. Indeed, it's the job of the scientist to find explanations. Moreover, it seems that anything and everything must have an explanation of its existence. It's either contingent upon something else, and if it's not, then it must exist necessarily. With that said, the universe sure seems to be a contingent type of thing. Indeed, most scientists would affirm that the universe does not have to exist. After all, if Big Bang cosmology is true, then the universe has not always existed. And anything that has ever failed to exist or could fail to exist is necessarily not necessary. Now, some committed atheists contend that while this is true of everything else, the universe is different. They go on to deny this first premise by saying things like, well, the universe just exists without an explanation, and there is no explanation needed. But this commits what is known as the taxicab fallacy. This logical fallacy, an error, occurs when one hops into the taxicab, so to speak, and assumes a certain worldview, attempting to make a particular point, but then jumps out of the system of thought when it goes against a certain presupposition they blindly support. This is not good reason to reject the premise. So it all comes down to the second premise. But why think that if the universe has an explanation of its existence, that this explanation must be God? Well, it's because the universe is everything, including all nature, time, and space. And this means that all nature is contingent upon something other than nature, something supernatural. All space is contingent upon something spaceless. It's because the universe is everything nature, time, and space, including all nature, time, and space. This means that all nature is contingent upon something supernatural. All space is contingent upon something spaceless, and thus immaterial, since matter requires space. All time is contingent upon something timeless, and thus eternal without beginning. A supernatural, spaceless, immaterial, timeless, eternal, and beginningless, which also seems to exist by a necessity of its own nature kind of thing, in which the universe is contingent, seems to be what we mean by God. Therefore, God exists. For more on the Leibnizian cosmological argument, check out the work of Dr. William Lane Craig at reasonablefaith.org. For more content from me, you can subscribe to the Free Thinking Ministries YouTube channel and follow me at freethinkinc.org. And for more exclusive content from myself and other great apologists, make sure to subscribe to CrossExamined.org below. Thank you.